Yo, what is up, guys? Thrashing Chris here. Haven't made an update video in a while, man. I've just been really busy. Once again, getting caught up with life. Been really focusing on work. I'm about to become a manager and stuff like that. So I've been focusing up on a lot of like that type of stuff. But I do have a big CD haul here, a big update. So kind of a story behind 13 of these CDs I'm gonna show off. I think I have like pretty sure 16 or 17, but out of the 13, my friend Steven was selling some of his CDs, and he's like, hey man, go check them out, tell me which ones do you want. I was like, yo man, I got you. And I was looking at it, I was like, holy crap, dude, he has like so many CDs that I want. And I was like, so you just make a pile of the ones that you want. And so I had a pile of 13 CDs, and he's like, yeah man, what do you say, like 70 bucks? It's like, deal, bro. So that was like literally like less than $5 per CD, which is insane. So that was great. So let's get into the CD update. First one, Flying Whales. Well, not Flying Whales. From Mars to Cyrus by Gojira. I just automatically said Flying Whales because Flying Whale, and you know the song Flying Whales on here is an amazing song. But yeah, From Mars to Cyrus, dude, this is like my favorite Gojira album. Love it to death. I could just jam to this all freaking day. It's just amazing. Just yeah. If you get high, man, and you if you listen to Flying Whales, just that intro, man, it's something else. It's something else for sure. All right. Next one. Now, this one was part of the CD haul that I got from my friend, and you know, there's no need for introduction for this band. This band's legendary. I'm wearing their beanie. Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time. You know, this is this has the one song by Iron Maiden, Wasted Years, that, you know, one of their catchiest songs. It's Maiden, man. I love this album. You can't go wrong with Iron Maiden either. The only problem with this is like the CD holder here is kind of broken, so like if I tilt this anymore, it's gonna fall out. But you can see here's the inside of it. Not the original. It's the CD enhanced version, but nonetheless, amazing album. So next up, we got a classic album here that I picked up from my friend, and you know, this is one of the steals for sure, and this is kind of a grail for me. This is Testament, Practice What You Preach, the original copy. You know, like I said, basically picked this up for like less than $5 for my friend, and yeah, man. Practice What You Preach by Testament. You guys already know about this album. Amazing. It's full on just Testament, old school Testament that we all love. Practice What You Preach, the very first song, you know, you got the ballad, which to me is a really great, I just really love that intro where it goes, you know, it's just great, all around great stuff. The whole album's great. Definitely one of Testament's best albums for sure. Alright, next up, Liquid Anatomy by Alkaloid. Now this one I picked up at my record store. I tell you what, man, this album is it had to grow on me. Like 2018 last year was just a great year for like a lot of albums, and you know, I listened to this album like maybe 4 times last year, and I just couldn't seem to put myself to get it and like be like, you know, I want this on my top 10. And then the drummer of this band, Hans Grossman right here. Here's the inside of it, by the way. Really, really cool. Made an album this year, and I was like, yo, this album's great. And it made me go back to listen to this a couple times, and I fell in love with it. And yeah, Liquid Anatomy by Alkaloid, another, you know, technical death metal album. Great stuff. Just heavy, you know, everything that you want from a tech death album is on here. And so yeah, if you haven't checked this album out, go check it out because it is definitely great. So next one here, this is an album by Dream Theater, Falling into Infinity. Picked this up in the used section at the record store I go to, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's a Dream Theater album. It's solid. It's probably like in the middle of like their best albums. Like it's nothing crazy, amazing. It's nothing. It's not bad. It's not that great either. It's just an all around, just an album that you can listen to and be like, okay, yeah, that's an album. So, but yeah, Falling into Infinity by Dream Theater. Really in really good condition. Like I said, I picked it up in the used section, and it is the original copy, so that is really, really cool. So, yep, Dream Theater, Falling into Infinity. Really getting my Dream Theater discography up, and getting a lot more albums by them, and it's great. Next one on the list, New Wave of Thrash band. They were in my top 10 list of 2018 top 10 albums of the year. And this band right here, man, I'll tell you what, you just can't go wrong with this band. All their albums are good. And so this is also from the CD haul I got from my friend. And it is Ex Mortis, Ride Forth. Love Ex Mortis. Love everything that they've done. Yeah, you want a band that shreds and can do stuff, man. Definitely check out Ex Mortis. You cannot go wrong. And so yeah, Ex Mortis, Ride Forth. Next one on the list, this is a classic album, and this has been a grail of mine as well. And that is Frolic Through the Park by Death Angel. You know, this is Death Angel right here. This is Death Angel at his finest. I prefer Ultraviolence over this, but this album still, you know, it's amazing. I remember when I first listened to this album and it came to the song Bored, I got a really good kick out of that song. Cause he's like, I'm bored. Dan, dan, dan. I was like, yo, that's great. But yeah, there's just a lot of great songs on this album. Of course, just classic Death Angel, classic album. This is a remastered version. This is not the original copy, but you know, that is okay. Still amazing. Death Angel, Frolic Through the Park. Now, next CD, this album recently has came out, and it's a pretty good album, man. I'm not gonna lie. And Bay Area thrash legends, Death Angel. So, Human Side, I just gotta say, like, this is not, I don't think it's better than the Evil Divide, one that they released back in 2016, but it is definitely still a really good all-around thrash album from these guys. Yeah, it's still, to me, really, really good. Especially the track Human Side, man. Like, really good stuff. That, Define Vector, Aggressor's pretty good. Immortal Be Hated, The Pack, Ghost of Me. You know, those are pretty much the tracks, you know, that define this album. It's definitely so far on my top 10 list of 2019. Definitely not the best album of the year, but it is solid. It is great. It's Death Angel. You know, you can't go wrong with it for sure. All right. So, continuing with this update. Now, this is another album that I picked up from my from my friend in that CD haul I got, and this is Megadeth 13. So we got the newer school of Megadeth here. Yeah, you know, once again, just a solid all-around album. Comes with the Rust in Peace live DVD as well. Now this album, I gotta say, Sudden Death, shred. Like that is a shred of a song for sure. But you could definitely tell, like, Dave Mustaine was trying to go for some hits. You listen to Public Enemy #1, Guns, Drugs, and Money. You could really tell he was trying to go for that, you know, where it sticks into your head, like the chorus and stuff. But nonetheless, it's a good album, solid. It's Megadeth, and they're my favorite band, so I'm gonna love it anyways. Except for Super Collider and Risk. I hate those albums, but we won't get into that. Um, so next up, once again, this is really changing pace from all the albums I've shown so far. Um, Amazing band, just great stuff. Love these guys, love this group. And that is Moving Pictures by Rush. Um, yeah, these guys, prog rock, they're great. Um, I love it all. These guys just never disappoint me, and I continue to build on to the collection of these guys because just they're so musically talented. The writing and the thought that you could tell there's a lot that goes into these albums from Rush, and I just really I'm gonna keep building up on their thing. I have this one in 2112. I want to get more, of course. And another artist, kind of taking a break from showing off CDs real quick. I really want to start getting into getting some Pink Floyd albums because I've been listening to him a lot on Spotify and Pink Floyd, has really grown on me over the years. And I have to say, Pink Floyd and Rush are like my top two old school rock bands. Them and Led Zeppelin as well. Can't forget about those guys. Love them. And they both prog rock. They're the ones that really shaped on what you can do with sound and what you can do with those instruments, and amazing stuff. But anyways, back to the CD haul. Another Grail. This is another album that I've been wanting for a while, and that is Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good by Megadeth. Their very first album, and man, this album, I love it. Last Rites, love to death, man. that intro, because it's Beethoven that they're playing there, or I think it's either Beethoven or Mozart. I'm pretty sure it's Beethoven. Correct me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure it's Beethoven that they're playing there. And wow, you want to talk about sending a message to Metallica? Because remember, this album was made to take out Metallica. That was Dave's mission. Because the song Mechanics is literally a huge FU to Metallica, because he took the song Four Horsemen and he made it quote unquote better with the song Mechanics. But I have to say the only song that I don't really like too much is These Boots, but it's still a good song. Just from all the songs on the album, like Rattlehead, Chosen Ones, and all that, Looking Down the Cross, Mechanics, and then you have These Boots Were Made for Walking, and you have like the beep beep. It just really throws me off, but nonetheless, still a great album. And here's the inside of it. Awesome stuff right here. Probably one of the best debut albums ever. And my Megadeth collection continues to grow. Love this band. I really want to see them live sometime. Just never come to Florida, man. You guys know I live in Florida, and for some reason we get the worst shows. Like, man, I really wish there would be some good festivals or something like that just could come to Florida and I could just jam out all day. But that has yet to happen. So next up on the list, man, these guys are classic, and I just realized something real quick, because this is behind me. I just realized I have another album from the CD haul that's not in this pile. I'm pretty sure I either put it in here or it's behind me. But Overkill, Ironbound. I gotta say, you guys know. So the Mean Green Killing Machine album, not the Mean Green. Wings of War. I just couldn't I couldn't really get with it. I didn't really like it too much. But when it comes to new school Overkill, this to me defines it. Listen, the song, Ironbound, is thrashy as all get out, and every time my song comes on, I'm gonna break my neck. I'm literally gonna break my neck. I just wish, honestly, Wings of War had that punch. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the first two singles that they released for the album was great. But then like their song Batshit Crazy, dude, that chorus is atrocious. Now, I know I'm like throwing shots at Overkill, but you know, I'm a music snob in a way. Like I critique my music because that's how you know I'm really into it. 'Cause I'm critiquing it, and that chorus, man, blah 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 blah, something like that, dude. It's just me and my friend Steven take jabs at it all the time, but nonetheless, Ironbound though, when you want when you want new school Overkill, this one I could not recommend enough. I love this album. Also, I would say Mean Green Killing Machines and like the previous album before Wings of War, solid. That was a solid thrash album. It was in my top 10 list of 2017. I just think Overkill right now, you know, they released 19 studio albums I think they're at, and they've been releasing one like every 2 years. I just think they need to take a step back. You know, they're up there in age and stuff. You know, take a step back and just really just focus on something new, something, you know, maybe take 3 or 4 years to create an album, you know, something that's gonna like blow our minds, because they can do it. They are talented musicians. I mean, let's listen to some of their albums, because I'm just looking right now real fast. Oh man, I don't see it. Crap, I believe it's behind me, but I'll probably just have to show it off in another video. But anyways, moving on. Next one we got here is Killing Technology by Voivod. Now this album right here is my favorite Voivod album for sure, and I just gotta say the very opening track, Killing Technology, really just sets the tone for this whole album and the message that they're trying to convey. And you know, I just gotta say, man, Voivod kind of had like a stale period there when Jason Newsted was in the band, in my opinion. And you know, their newest album, The Wake, was just a breath of fresh air. And you know, it kind of took me back to this when they released that album, just full fledged, just, you know, it's Voivod. You know, that's what you're getting. But you know, it was good. It was really good Voivod, and I would say, you know, it was great. And it just reminded me of Killing Technology, even though like this album right here is way more thrashier and stuff like that, but really refreshing to hear in. But Killing Technology, you know, this is classic. This is classic thrash metal. Like, if you're new to metal, you know, this album, I'm not gonna lie, Voivod's a hard band to get into because they are different. They are way more technical when it comes to the thrash metal, but they are really, really good. And this is like one of the essential thrash albums that I believe people should just own. And yeah, man, Killing Technology by Voivod, great stuff. All right, so I got one more CD to show you, and then I got a vinyl to show off, and then that'll probably be it, unless like I get up and I could find this next CD here that I know I'm missing, and it's really just not making me happy. But the CD I have to show here, show these guys off, and I believe in my last update, Legion, Proponent for a Sentience, their album that they released, I believe in, I want to say 2016, and yeah, this album, great stuff, man. Legion, amazing band. I'm telling you, they are really setting the tone for tech death, especially with their new album Apoptosis. It is just all around, just these guys are doing stuff. They're great. Me and my friend Steven didn't really think they could top this, because this album already was wow, and they topped it. And it's, you know, if you're getting into the tech death scene and stuff like that, Legion is the band to go to. These guys are releasing stuff. They are releasing just all around amazing stuff. Here's the inside, and you know, you have this whole science theme that they're pushing here, and also with Apoptosis. But I just really love the very last track on this album. They do a killer cover of Subdivisions. Of course, Subdivisions is a Rush song, and they do a killer cover of it. So Let me go ahead and get the vinyl out for you guys real quick. Now this vinyl, should be no surprise that I got it because, well, you know, I really love this album. You guys know this is my favorite album. To me, it's the best album to ever be made. And I figured, you know, it is. I definitely need to get this on vinyl. What do you know? Rust in Peace by Megadeth. And I'm starting to collect vinyls now. So, any tips about these bad boys, let me know in the comments. So I know a lot of you guys are vinyl collectors. You see that black thing right behind me right there? That's a vinyl player. So definitely been spinning this, and I am absolutely just loving the sound. I am just like, wow. I should have like really went to like vinyl a long time ago, but yeah, it's just really expensive. I think this cost me like $35. Like I went to Park Ave and I was like, got me a record player. Saw this bad boy sitting there. I was like, man. And I bought it. So here we go. Rest in Peace by Megadeth. Amazing, amazing stuff. You guys, I don't have to like explain it, but I guess I could show the inside. The inside, you know, nothing crazy. You know, you just got the picture of these guys on the band here. You got, you know, Dave Mustaine. You got the freaking Dave Ellison and the legend himself. One of my freaking favorite guitarists of all time, Marty Friedman, and then of course Nick Mendez, or Menza. Why did I say Mendez? It's Menza for sure. But yeah, this group right here, man, yo, they made the masterpiece. They made this album happen. And you know, yeah, I love this vinyl. As you can tell, I'm just like really just showing it off because it is great. The only thing I don't like about it is like there's like little holders here for the vinyl, but here's the back. I don't know if I showed that off yet. Track list, side 1, side 2. I believe this is, I want to say a 33 RPM vinyl. It's not 45. When I went to Park Ave and was looking at vinyls the other day, because I was looking to pick up another one, I just didn't do it because I didn't want to screw the budget. A lot of the newer vinyls now are coming out in the deeper cut of 45 RPMs. So, but like I said, I'm new to the vinyl community, like collecting them. So just like give me any tips that you guys have. And yeah, but thank you guys for checking out this video. It's a long one, but I figure, you know, I had a lot of CDs to show off. I will find that CD that I know I'm missing because it is a classic Overkill album. It's also Grail, but that'll be in the next CD update. But thank you guys for checking it out. You know, leave a comment. I love talking to you guys. And yeah, guys, keep it heavy, keep it thrashy. See you later.